Hello friends, we are going to look at the island of Trinidad, which makes up part of a country called Trinidad and Tobago, and we're looking at the southern side, a place called Moruga. Not many Trinis, which is short for Trinidadians, have visited this part of Trinidad. It's just a small village. You can see how it looks there. Doesn't cover much, right? But the area is rather large, lots of green, some other smaller villages on the outskirts. But we will be focusing in this video on Moruga proper, which is the main place that you normally visit when you come to Moruga. One of the first things that you see when you come to Moruga is this church. It's very beautiful. And what I like about this church is the fact that regardless to how the rest of Moruga looks, when I say that being underdeveloped, there are some sites or places in Moruga that is really nice eye candy, and this church is one of them. Even though it looks like it can do with some touching up, just the design, the look, the feel, that Roman, Gothic, medieval look, that just appeals to me. So this is Moruga proper, and I'm filming or video recording rather in 5.3K, but I believe YouTube takes that down to 4K. Where I am going towards now is the ocean. There is a beach up ahead, but like I have said in my many other videos, that beach and the beaches around here are all brown. On the left there, that's the Moruga, I believe, RC school. If you wonder, you can always tell me in the comments area. It's right next to the church. And that's St. Peter's statue. Now here's the interesting thing. You see how it's leaning there and the water is all on over it, encroaching on its land space? Well, there are actually pictures from the past where the shoreline was much further back, and so this statue stood tall and stood well in the ground. But that's not the case anymore. Could that be global warming, you think? Well, in any case, this statue is also something interesting to behold when you come to Moruga. As you can see, there are many fishing boats on Moruga. It is largely a fishing village. Historically, this was one of the first sites that Columbus saw in getting to Trinidad. Now, I did show you the landing site of Columbus in my other videos, but this place is where they saw first, according to history. Now where I'm looking at, all of those places and around that bend, which I will show you in another video, those are all beach areas, but the ocean doesn't look any different. You can see how brown it is, how dirty it is, and like I've said in the past in other videos, it's really sad because I'm sure all these areas were green and clear and a pleasure to bathe, but it's not the case anymore. I'm showing you the foundation and how the sand is right onto the statue of St. Peter. So while he may be, or supposed to be, guiding fishermen, he is in trouble himself unless somebody can rescue it. And I hope they do before that statue topples over completely and breaks in two. As you can see, it's a lovely day. Hardly any Saharan dust, nice bright sunshine, no rain, and I was glad to get this. This is part of a wider trip where I came from Princestown down to Moruga and back. And as you may know or may not know if you're not familiar with JB's Man Cave, I always share these specific shots first in anticipation of a longer road trip. So I always separate my videos and not put them all into one. And in order to make that shot, I had to go down into the sand, and now I'm climbing back up to the road. There's some cell phone towers here, so you do get a signal if you're worried about coming down here and still needing to use your phone. I actually don't understand that. To me, when I come outdoors, I want to be as far from technology as possible, but you know, some people still must have their phone. So this is the main road. That's if you followed this and you kept going straight ahead, that would take you all the way back to Princess Town in that area. But I'm gonna walk along here and show you the rest of Moruga proper. As you can see, it's a really nice road, at least for this part. Huh? The road to come here is really rough, lots of potholes and so forth. And you will see that in my long drive to Moruga in another video that's coming up. I know some of you all have been asking me about long videos. You want to see more long videos because I used to do them daily. But you know, I do produce long videos, and those videos need to be watched too. When I see them being watched, then I will lay out another and another and another, so and so forth. Don't worry, they're all coming. Now, some of these buildings, as you can see, are really old. On the left, there's a bar, so they're kind of rowdy and speaking loud. On the right, um, one is supposed to be a magistrate court. I don't know what's the status of that building, but I find it very interesting. You can see the shadow of my extension rod. I can't imagine anybody still using that. So I hope it's there just for historical purposes. That modern building on the left, that is the police station. And if I was to take this road could also take you back to Princess Town in a more scenic manner. But as I understand it, it had collapsed part of the road, so we didn't bother. This part I'm pointing to now, if I took that road, that would take us to the Moruga Beach and Suspension Bridge, both of which I also recorded and will show it to you soon. And as you know, with JB's Man Cave, I show you the raw footage rather than editing and editing and editing. So you get a feel for what the area is like and what you would see if you came down here. So there are things to do, but I would say you would be limited in the things that you can do if you are not checking out the whole of Moruga. If you just came here to see the church and went back, you'll feel unfulfilled. So make sure to check out more of Moruga. They have other events here. They have what they're famous for, the scorpion pepper and so forth. Thanks so much for watching.